Today, before Mama told me that the children said, I have been sacked from the second service, that they are the one preaching. The topic I was supposed to preach this morning, second service, is get out of your comfort zone. It would have really complemented this message. But I heard the children gave me sack letter from the second service. So I'm going to sit down and listen to them bless me. And you know me now, I will never get back to that message. It's prepared, ready, but it's gone. Because next week Sunday, you know I'm on the schedule. Next week Sunday I have another topic, so this one is gone. So it's just me and God who has that material. If you want it, you can come and take it for 1 million. Or if you want, you can pay more than that. I can teach you that in the office. Come and see me. Okay, now that's a joke. Before he take me to internet and said, he didn't preach a message. He said he told his members to bring 1 million to come and collect it. It's a joke. There are things that must be done to break out, to take advantage of adversities. There are things that must be done for you to enlarge. There are things not should be, must. You can't escape them. You can't dodge them. They must be done. For you to do them, you must strengthen your resolve. Always. You must be determined in your heart. I will not remain like this. I am not created to remain like this. I am not designed to remain like this. I am better than this. I am better than this place. Those guys came to the realization, this place where we dwell is too small for us. We are bigger than this place. I'm sure they had prayed. They had confessed positively. But they came to the realization that prayer is not enough. Confessing positively is not enough. We must take action. We must do what must be done. And they went to the prophet. This place we are is too small. They didn't even wait for the prophet to give them prophetic instruction. They said, this place is too small. We are moving. Now, go with us. And they moved. And they moved. They would have remained there all their lives, died and perished there in that smallness. See? Listen to me. Look at me. Every attempt to move forward, God will never stop you. The prophet did not stop them. He didn't say, you people should do this in JJ. Let's wisdom is profitable to them. Let's take it one step. No. The moment they said, look, we are moving from here because this place is too small for us. The prophet said, go. And they said, be content. Go with us. The day the world stood up and said, we will build a tower whose height we reach heaven. God was not angry. God said with his mouth, he said, whatsoever they imagine to do should not be restrained from them. The only problem God had with that project was their purpose was not aligned. They said, so that we can build a name. That was where there's a problem. But you want to build a tower that the top will reach heaven. God said it's okay. Noble project. Worthy project. It's mind-blowing. It's okay by me. It's okay by me. You can come. Come up. Guys, come up. But the moment you have attached self-aggrandizement, I won't allow that. And to tell you that God has no problem with your mega project. God has no problem with your big dreams. God did not touch their mind. He touched their language. If God had distorted their mind, they will never undertake any other project. Because every project, every attempt to be big, every attempt to be great, every attempt to make progress, it comes from the mind. So God did not touch their mind. God touched their language. He confused their language. As long as there's disunity, that project was discontinued. God has no problem with your big dreams. But God has a problem with your big talk. You talk too much, you talk too big, and you do nothing. And I said last Sunday, I repeated it. I'm repeating it now. I said, you don't become big by talking big. You become big by doing big things. Strengthen your resolve. Do what must be done. Do what must be done. There are things that must be done. So when you leave here, concerning my dream, concerning my business, concerning my vision, what must be done, not what must I do. Start with what must be done. You start from what must be done, and then you ask yourself, how do I go about what must be done? Are you still here? Nobody becomes great by mistake. There is nothing like accidental greatness. If you become great accidentally, you will fall accidentally. There's no such things as accidental greatness. I became great. I didn't know. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Every great man was deliberate, was intentional, was calculative, knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. He worked his way into greatness. Every resource that was available to him is available to you. The difference between you and him is that he maximized the resources available to him. You waste the resources available to you. One of the resources given to men is the resource of time. The rich has 24 hours, the poor has 24 hours. What you do with your 24 hours determine what you become. I made a statement a few weeks ago. Nobody can manage time because time is a constant variable. But you can utilize it. You only manage what can appreciate and depreciate. From when time was created, it has never appreciated and has never depreciated. So you can't manage it. You only manage what can appreciate and depreciate. Time does not appreciate, it's a constant variable. So if you can't manage it, what do? You utilize it. You maximize it. What do you do with your time? It's a resource available to everybody. 12 hours in the day, 12 hours in the night. What do you do with them? Another resource given to every man is the mind. What do you do with yours? One man put his mind to work and it works for him. You put your own and you feed it with all kind of junks, from pornography to twerking to all the nonsense. You messed up your mind and you expect your mind to be productive. No, sir, it will not be. While another man is busy reading, developing his mind, thinking, developing his mind. You fill your mind with all kinds of junks and fill it with worries. Can't be the same. Can't. See, of all the resources I have been mentioning, have I mentioned money? What is the first resource I mentioned? What is the second one I mentioned? Mind. I've not mentioned money. So you see, in the first 5 resources that you need to make it in life, money is not there. That's a message for another that I don't want to go into. Just take this through. First 5, money is not found there. And look at you seated here. You have grounded your life believing that what you don't have is money. That's why you are where you are. No, sir. It's a lie. It's a fallacy from the pit of hell. Strengthen your resolve. It's not money you need. I can tell you this for free. It's not money you need. I came into this city with 15 naira years ago. 15 naira, 1 top suit, 2 shirts, 2 trousers, 2 shirts, 1 shoe, and 15 books. This city. The 15 naira that was in my pocket could not take me from the bus stop where the bus dropped me and take me to my uncle's house. I had to beg a bike man because that time it was 20 naira from Alafia bus stop to Adenjion bus stop. That's where my uncle's house was. Thank you for reminding me. 20 naira. 3 or 4 bikes refused. I begged this man. I said, please, sir, this is all I have. And he took it. So by the time he dropped me at Adenjion bus stop, when I brought out the 15 naira, the 10 naira and the 5 naira was so dirty and miserable. The man said the 15 naira said, no, if you get life. I said, sorry, sir, that's all I had. So I entered my uncle's house without a dime. Here I am. All I had, all, a top suit, 2 trousers, 2 shirts, few ties, 1 shoe, 15 books. I cherish those books than anything. If you see those books today, I overread them. I knew with these 15 books, out of the 15 books, 7 of them were Mike Murdoch's books. I read voraciously. I knew I was built for so much more. I told myself, it may take time. It may take time, but I will get there. I had a resource called God by my side. I have a resource called time. I have a resource called the mind. Money was the least of my problem. So I started my life without a dime. No account in my name. I didn't have account in any bank. And here am I coming to start a church. No dime. Left the north to come to Lagos. Left Kaduna to come to Lagos. To start my life as a pastor. No dime to my name. No account number in my name. Honey, no education. No money, no education, no family, no connection. Nothing. But I had 15 books. That was more than enough. Oh, trust me. Those early days, I was reading like a madman. I knew my life depended on it. I'm coming from a poor background. I had a parent who are so loving, but they don't have the means. Love was not enough. Few uncles who had money, they don't even like my father. So calling them will be the greatest mistake of my life. So I was all alone. But I knew I had God. God is the greatest resource any man can have. Praise God forevermore. Strengthen your resolve. Was I discouraged too many times? I've thought about packing my luggage and go back home. Many times. Many times my father would tell me, look, if the thing is not working, come back. You are still my son. So that opening was there. But I knew that opening was a trap. It was a trap. So I burnt my bridges. It's either I make it here or I die here. But it will be better that it is written that I die trying than to go back home in shame. I knew destinies were dependent on me. I knew I had to work hard and rise. Because I know there are men and women who will not feed if I don't stand. There are boys, there are girls that their school fees will never be paid if I don't stand. So I kept strengthening my resolve. Times of discouragement, times of despise, times of lack, times of want, times when people turned their backs on me, times when people said things that were alien to me, times when people said things I didn't even believe anybody could think that about me. But all of them were not meant for evil. They were meant to make me the man that I am today. And that's why I bear no grudge with any man. You know how it feels? You borrow money to send somebody to school and the person turn around and say you didn't support him or her. Do you know how it feels? Try it. When they do it to you, you know how it feels. You know how it feels. Do you know how it feels when people were dumped, you picked them, and you turn them into, their family dumped them. Then God used you to make them who they are, and the family turn around and fight you for their attention. I jokingly said something yesterday. I was joking with some of the people around in the house yesterday night. And somebody said he was leaving the house. So I started laughing. I said, you are saying it as if it's something big. I said, I am used to people walking out on me. Those who walked out on a good note and those who walked out on a bad note. I'm used to it. So we all laughed. It was a joke, but it was my reality. All of that, were those people wrong? No, sir. Those who spoke negative things about me, were they wrong? No, they were never wrong. Those who lied against me, were they wrong? No, they were never wrong. Those who criticized me, are they wrong? No, they never wrong. They are part of the tools and resources used in making me the man I am today. Many of them made me got strengthened from my weaknesses. Many of them made me grew out of foolishness. Many of them took decisions that made me a better man. You see, I told you, in the first 5 top resources, you don't need the money. The first is God. The second is time. The third is mind. The fourth is people. Have I called money? You will pay me to tell you the 5th one. Don't need money, you need people, both the negative and the positive. The negative are wages that will help you not to fall from the cliff, while the positive will hold your hand to push you forward. The negative are there as walls to help you not to fall from the edge. Okay, I wanted to say, you remember, many of you know, maybe few persons. I preached a message many years ago in our other branch. Judas is my friend. He's shaking his head because he was in that service. Judas is my friend. Everybody fight Judas. Everybody preach. Every preacher has preached against Judas. Nobody want to call his son Judas, because everybody has tagged Judas a bad man. But honey, without Judas, our salvation is not complete. If Judas had not sold Jesus, he won't die. And if he doesn't die, there's no salvation. So Judas is actually Jesus' friend. When I went for my PhD convocation, you followed me. There was a pastor that served with me. His daughter was also convocating her first degree. And it's all of us met in University of Ibadan. So when he was with us, he was very antagonistic of my leadership. And I loved him so much. Never angry with him until he left. So when we met at University of Ibadan, and he saw me, he grabbed me and his wife. They were so excited and all that. And the next thing that will come out of his mouth, he said, Papa, I am sorry for all the time I fought you while I was serving under you. I said, I don't know what you're talking about. I said, of all the pastors who served under me at that time, you are my best. He said, what? I said, no, you were not fighting me. You loved me to the extent to look into my eyes and tell me the truth. I said, some of those truths you told me were not comfortable, but they made me who I am. So I hugged him again. And I brought out money, bundles of money, and I started sharing for his children and his wife. And he looked at me and turned to his wife and said, I said, this man is not a human being. You fight your naysayers. You fight your haters. You fight your opposers. I just pour love on them, because they have become wedges and walls that stops me from falling into oblivion. So you don't only need the positive men and women to hold your hand and move you forward. You also need the naysayers to stand as walls to stop you from falling into the ditch and into the pit of life. Am I teaching good this morning? Strengthen your resolve and do what must be done. How do I strengthen my resolve? Number one, I will tell you the how. That's the beauty of my messages. I will tell you the how. Number one, commit tenaciously to your pursuit. Commit tenaciously to your pursuit. Be a die-hard fan of your vision. Be your own cheerleader. No one is patting you at the back. Pat yourself and say, boy, you did well. Commit tenaciously to your pursuit. Don't take no as an answer, whether from life, from situations, from conditions. No, don't ever take no. Turn your no's into yeses. Commit tenaciously to your pursuit. It's your dream. It's your vision. It's your purpose. It's your assignment. Commit to it. Men will praise you. Men will fight you. Don't listen to both. Both of them are distraction. Praise is a distraction. Compliment is a distraction. Don't listen to people. Hey, you are doing well. Keep at it. When they tell you are doing well, beat the record of what made them say you are doing well. Beat your own record. Don't compete with any man. Compete with yourself. Did you hear what I just said? Don't compete with any man. Do what? Compete with yourself. Don't fight to break another man's record. Break your own record. Commit tenaciously to your pursuit. Look at Proverbs 14:23. Proverbs 14:23. In all labor there is profit, but the talk of the lips tendeth only to penury, tendeth only to poverty. Men who are talkers are men that will be given to penury and poverty. That means if you don't put in labor, don't expect profit. Profit is the response to labor. Did you see that? No labor, no profit. So for all the times you sleep and snore and enjoy your sleep, just know that poverty is sleeping by your side. A little sleep, a little slumber, Proverbs 6, then your poverty shall come suddenly. Because where there is no labor, there is no profit. It didn't say where men didn't pray. It didn't say where men didn't study the Bible. It said where men didn't put in labor, you shouldn't be expecting profit. If your sleep is more than your labor, your poverty will be more than your profit. So as you are saying, I had a child born in my home. Started going to school from the house. And each time they wake her up, she was very little. She was in, I think, was it nursery baby? Was she nursery or kindergarten? When they wake her up, oh yeah, stand up. He said, Mommy, let me sleep small. Let me sleep, just small sleep. So we used to laugh at her. Every morning, Mommy, let me just sleep small. Mommy, let me just sleep small. As you are sleeping small, and more small, and more small, just know that more small is less profit. More small, less profit. In all labor, so commit to your pursuit. Commit to your vision. Hey, I have heard people say all kinds of things. I've heard pastors say all kinds of things. This year's school, they finish. This year's school. Wait, what is your business? I know what I'm pursuing. I can't open my vision up to you. I know what I'm pursuing. Even the wife I married does not have the totality of my vision. She's there. I told her, I am like a building that you can't determine how high. I'm a high-rise building. You can't determine how high I'm going. So I told her, just trust the process and trust me and keep following me. I can wake up tomorrow and say I'm going for another PhD. I already have 2. Yes, you heard me right. I have 2. I'm doing the 3rd master's. I can decide to do 10 masters. What's your business? Is it your money? Is it your brain? Commit tenaciously to your pursuit. I think the issues people have with me is that when I am working, I don't make noise. And I love it that way because then your life becomes like a mystery to people. People just wake up and this thing happened. When did he start this thing? And that's for me. That's the beauty of it. That's the magic in the process for me. But you announce everything. Oh, thank God for Facebook. You announce both the truth and the lies. Even the intended, you announce it. That's why you see, you start things, you don't finish. Because the moment you announce it, those people you call Facebook fam, among them are witches, wizards, children of herbalists, occultic people, they are all there. The moment you announce it and say, this is the next way, they hit it. That's why they never rise. That's number 1. Number 2, little success you have, you put it on Facebook. The success has not yet been established. It has not been solidified. You put it on Facebook. You are just starting, you just put it on Facebook. It has prospect. Then all those your 5,000 followers, farms, the way you put it. Hello, good morning, farms. You don't know that among them are prostitutes. Who is it hookers you call them? Among them. Amigo, somebody is among them. They are all kinds. Witches, wizards, they are there. Then you now put it there. They now release negative energy and destroy it. And you are surprised why the thing is struggling. You think it's everybody that puts love emoji in your comment that loves you. If you think that way, shame. You think everybody that put fire, the fire they put 7 fire emoji. Do you think the same going on? You don't know that fire, they have manipulated it to be fire to burn your vision. They don't put 7 fire. As the person is putting, the person is doing incantation. Fire. Burn them. Then you now say, thanks, bro. Thanks, bro. You think you are trendy. You know, see. Papa is old school. See, we are the new school. We are trending, man. Okare. I know some of you who doesn't understand Yoruba will not understand what Okare means. It's congratulations. It's congratulations. Okare. Eshe dada. Praise God. Commit. It was a commitment of David to the flock of his father that made him saw the lions came and the bears came and he killed them. That shows the guy's level of commitment to his pursuit. Because in the pursuit of your vision, sir, in the pursuit of your assignment, sir, lions and bears will come. You can't stop them. Your ability to destroy them is a function of how much you are committed to your vision. That is why you have a lot of people with beautiful vision, but they are abandoned vision. Because when the lions came, they ran away. When the bears came, they abandoned the project. You must commit tenaciously. This thing works or it works. That's what I'm saying. It works or it works. It works or it works. There is no giving up. There is no giving in. There is no throwing in the towel. It works or it works. Take your life. You have abandoned 11 vision so far. You're on the 12th. Oh God, you will soon abandon it. You know why? It is your style. It's your style. And then you have the perfect excuse to cover it. You see, the reason why I abandoned the number 7 is because, there was not enough money. Oh, what are the number? Oh, the number 8. Too many people are doing it, so I just felt, I need to be unique, The number 9, the number 9, the enemy is there. Every time I come, they will just blow this. The number 10, the number 10. My father called me, my biological father. He said I should live there. I had a dream that I died. No, my level, it was my papa. He was prophesying one Wednesday and he said, hey, son, live there. And I left. The number 12, you soon have a perfect excuse. Commit tenaciously. You know how many years I've been putting in this work? You know how many years? See this hall? The first 2 years we move into this hall. On Wednesday, sometimes it's me, my wife, and 2 people. Then I'll be preaching and sweating, shouting without microphone. Then the people who are passing will say, you see sometimes people peep. He's like, he's someone is deceiving himself. No, sir. I was not talking to the two people I was seeing with my wife, 3. No, sir. I was seeing you. I was seeing you. You didn't come that time, but I saw you. And there are many more heads I'm seeing. So this message is not prepared for this number of people I'm seeing. I'm seeing a large crowd. On Friday, we were here for the leaders' vigil. And one of my sons, he's a prophet. He said to me, sir, I had a dream. We were going to Glory Tabernacle. And I saw too many people. The multitude was so much that you were finding it difficult to find your way to go to your office in Glory Tabernacle. And I said, wow. And God said to me, he said, that is the reality of Glory Tabernacle on Friday. On Friday. That's a confirmation of what I've seen many times. And I thank God I told the leaders, I made the statement I made to you guys before that paper came. I just made a statement like that to the leaders. About 30 minutes later, this person came. He was not there when I was making the statements. So when you see me preach like this, when you see me dress like this, I'm not dressing for you, sir. This is how I was dressing before you came. I'm not dressing for you. I'm dressing for those that will come after you. Commit tenaciously to your pursuit. The challenges will come. Troubles will come. Problems will come. Difficulties, yes, sir. You will go hungry. You will sell things you need to sell to do what you must do. Yes, you'll be deprived of stuff. People will turn away from you. People will not understand what you're doing, and they will think you've gone crazy, and they will leave you. Some will think you're not serious. Some will think you're not worth it. It's okay. Men are entitled to their opinion. They're entitled to their opinion. Men are entitled to their opinion. Don't fight them. It's okay. Your vision may be delayed. It's okay. It's part of the process. It's part of the plan. He said, though the vision delays, he said, wait for it. Others may not wait for it, but it's your vision. It's not their vision. One member left us. He came to me and said, Papa, I'm leaving House of Bliss. I said, oh, great. It's okay, it's fine. Thank you for all the service, all the services you rendered while you were here. And he said, you're not asking why I'm leaving. I said, it's really not important. It's okay. I really appreciate all the services you rendered while you're here. It's okay. Since you're not asking, I'll tell you. You know the reason why I'm leaving? I said, no. He said, I'm leaving because how can this church be this number of years and the church does not have a property? It shows there's no progress here. I said, thank you. God bless you. I said, as you're going to a place where there's progress, please remember to pray for us to also have progress. No hard feelings. I see his post on Facebook. I encourage him. Few times we met. Oh, hug him with joy. It is not his vision. It is my vision. If it is delaying, I will wait for it. It's not his fault. And truly, truly, he's right. Why should I fight a man for saying what is right? What he said only comes as a way to strengthen my resolve to achieve. So you see, that's why I don't hate on people. I don't keep malice. That's why I don't live in unforgiveness. And that's why you cannot check me and see high blood pressure. You just bring unnecessary pressure to yourself. People have right to say whatever they want to say. I gave a woman counsel about her daughter's wedding, and she opened her mouth and said, all the things her daughter has done for me, is this how I would talk? I said, what? Your daughter did what for me? Your daughter lived in my house, went to school from my house, I sponsored her. I have never asked her, she has never washed my clothes one day. She has never swept my bedroom one day. The food she cooks in the house for all of us to eat, your two sons are with me, they eat from that food, she eats from that food, I eat from that food, and you term that to be she has slaved for me. I said, no problem, ma. She's entitled to her opinion. Was I angry? No, sir. I'm not angry. Does that stop me from moving forward? No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. That does not stop me from helping her. I have helped her children after that time because I'm not angry at her. I have given her money after that time. I'm not angry with her. Are you still here? Commit tenaciously to your pursuit. Number 2, if you want to strengthen your resolve, look for new ways to get things done. Look for new ways. Always find ways to give yourself to innovation. It's the same thing you're doing, but look for new ways to do them. I'm going to shock you this morning to show you that's how God lives. That's how God works. That's why God is the ancient of days and yet he's not old. You didn't hear me? What did I say? God is the ancient of days, yet he's not old. God is older than age, yet he has not aged. He is older than age. I heard that line in a song. Jesus, Ogbenjua. 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 No. You are older than age. Bigger than size. Yet if you get to heaven, you will see a robo. Older than age. You will get there and be shocked to see one young looking, handsome guy that looks 16. Yet he's older than age. He's the ancient of days. God is the ancient landmark. But defy age, because God is always reinventing himself. Let me show you. Very popular scripture, but you'll be shocked. Isaiah 65 verse 17. For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come to mind. The moment he said, I create new heavens, it means there was old heaven. Oh. The teacher in me is kicking in. I create new heavens. It's not one heaven. If he's creating new heavens, and these heavens are many, that means the old heavens will not be one, they are many. So that has been his nature. And this new heavens is the one, and the new earth is the one that we. If you go to Revelation chapter 21, a new heaven and a new earth will create. This one now will become former. He's always reinventing himself. So always look for new ways of doing the same thing. That's how you strengthen your resolve. You say you are sticking to the old way of doing it. There is a new way of doing it. There is a way of sending messages. Before, it was through letter. That time, stamp and envelope. Woo! Before we know what is happening, it was reinvented into fax. Before we know what is happening, it got into electronic mail, email. Now, text message is faster. As I'm doing it now, you are getting it now. The same thing, different ways. Internet came, computer, big box. They keep reinventing it. They got to this size. Now, you can have it as cheap. Now, we woke up one day and they're talking about Google. Before they say, AI. Now they say Chat GPT. Now I heard Elon Musk just came out with one. What's the name? It's the same thing, no? Different ways. Oga, even the ancient of days is doing things in a new way. You are not ancient of days. Why can't you do things in new ways? That's why there's no flame in your marriage. flame. Nothing. You are a wife beater from day one. You are still the wife beater. Innovate. Why don't you move from wife beating to wife giving money? Did you check out Isaac? He dug the well. Water came out, they took it. He didn't fight. He dug another one. The same thing in a new way. They came for it. He dug another one. The same thing in a new way. They came. He dug until the life got tired. And they left him alone. Failure will get tired of you. Because you keep coming up with innovation. New things. My dear, come. I know this hair is new. That's why you're sitting in front. You're used to me now. You don't mind me, Abi. You're not angry. Now, this is a style. Beautiful hair. Everybody say beautiful hair. If I am this lady, when I'm come. When I'm coming next week on Wednesday, I know she'll be in church on Wednesday. Put it in my mouth. I know it's painful. Everybody clap for me. Upper Sunday. Is the same hair? Oh, help! Papa is in a bit. Now that's 1 week. Next week Sunday. Two weeks. Three weeks. Four weeks. I can go on and on. So I can carry this hair for 14 weeks. Then use Vaseline to make it new. Then take my old toothbrush and be brushing the side. So every time I go to say, don't see has money, sir. No be money. Innovation. Same old things. Do it in a new way. Number 3, finally. If you want to strengthen your resolve, stay positive at all times. Stay positive at all times. Listen to me. Life is a blend of negativity and positivity. Why? Because life is patterned after times and season. Even scripture says in Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 1, there is time for everything. Is that a time to die, a time to be born, a time to laugh, and a time to cry. He said a time to embrace, to hug, and a time to refrain from hugging and to embrace. You wake up sometimes and it's blue. You wake up sometimes and it's gray. It's okay. It's life. Life is just happening. That's why you have day, you have night. In the night season, there are things to do. In the day season, there are things to do. You don't use what is used for night season for day season. You don't use what is used for day season for night season. So any season you find yourself, when it comes to the concept of positivity and negativity, just choose positivity. When you find yourself in the season of positivity, be positive. When you find yourself in the season of negativity, be positive. Stay positive. Romans chapter 8 verse 28. Stay positive. It's biting. Stay positive. It's painful. Stay positive. Just know that all things are working together for your good. Stay positive. No, this will turn out for my good. it will turn out for my good. Case in study, Joseph brought food for his brothers. After trekking all that distance to look for them, he got to where their father said they will be. He didn't meet them. Another child, trust me, if it's my daughter, maybe she will come back without food. That day I went there, they were not there, they have left. And I have a lot of children here, that's how they will behave. Not Joseph. He got to where his father said, take the food. They were not there. He asked around. Did you see this set of people? They look like this, they are like this, they dress this way. Oh, okay, yeah, we saw them. Oh, they have moved to the next town. He went there. He got there, they were not there, they have moved. He asked. They told him they've moved to the next location. He went there. And then he saw them. Excitedly brought food. What did he get for all this labor? His brothers caught him, stripped him of his coat of many colors. And they were debating on killing him. If he had known, he would have turned back. But if he had turned back, he would have missed his kairos moment. That's why I said you don't be angry at negative people. What they did to him was negative, but the guy stayed positive. They eventually sold him. He was in the pit smiling. Sold him. Why did Potiphar pick him? I'm sure when they were parading him with other captives, he was smiling. And Potiphar said, this handsome guy is smiling. Okay, I think I like this guy in this condition and he's smiling. Okay, let me buy this one. Bought him. That positive attitude was the reason Potiphar made him the head of the houseboys. He became the head of the niggers. Staying positive. Look at what he said to his madam. That shows you he was a positive guy. No, I can't do this evil against my master. He left everything under my care except you. How can I do this great evil against God and against my master? Another person said, hey, God catch this or God. She be by me. I go show him today. No. Stayed positive. Madam set him up, found himself in prison. His positivity made the chief jailer to make him the head of prisoners. To tell you how positive this guy was. He was in prison, he was still interpreting the dreams of other prisoners. He could see that other people were not staying positive. How did they tell him? He said, he saw them, said, why is your countenance falling? Oh God, excuse me, sir, we are in prison. Should we be smiling and laughing? But you are smiling, only God with you. It's because the guy was always laughing and smiling. He said, why is your countenance down? The guy said, look, my countenance is down because of the dream I had. This other guy said, my countenance is down because of the dream I had. The guy was positive, even in the prison house. Do you know where Paul wrote that scripture from? Philippians chapter 4 verse 4. Rejoice always. He wrote it in the prison, in chains. The man was in chains, he was in prison. He said, rejoice always. I say again, rejoice forevermore. How can a man rejoice in chains? He stayed positive in the midst of negativity. When you stay positive in the eye of the storm, you release spiritual enzymes, release spiritual cells, release spiritual chemicals that will keep you fresh and stay stable in the midst of all until your deliverance comes. Stay positive at all times. Just know that all things are working for your good. This has not come to destroy you. It has come to make you better, bigger, bolder. And so when the brothers eventually came and they couldn't recognize him, because he has changed positively, because he stayed positive, his brothers remained as they were. So from the first day he saw them, he recognized them. Because all their lives they've been bitter. All their lives they've been negative. When you are negative and bitter, you remain as you are. Dry skin, wretched clothes, hungry, disenfranchised. He recognized them. They couldn't recognize him. The guy is now bigger, better, bolder, fresher, stronger, well positioned, well cultured, well mannered, well dressed, everything well. When they eventually recognized him, after he introduced himself to them, they cried, "We're sorry." He said, "No apologies. You meant it for evil, but it was my good after all." That was a positive guy talking. Another person will use the opportunity to take revenge. They even advised him to revenge, and they were telling him the revenge he should take. No. If anything, he negotiated for them to have the best part of the land. Stay positive at all times. That's how you strengthen your resolve. Don't fight your opposers. They are part of your process, part of your journey. No. Watch this. I told his son, he said, sir, the girl I want to marry don't want to come to our church. But I'm going to make sure she can say, don't do that. As far as she is not going to any, which church is she going to? He said she's going to so church. I said, that's a good church. Let her go. Let her go. Let her go. It's a good church. I know that church. I know the pastor. It's a good church. Let her go. What are we fighting for? My son. Next time she comes, she must follow you. She doesn't follow you. If she's not submissive, it's a lie. It's a lie. Let her go. Let her go. His son came to me and said, I want to leave this church. I said, when? You know they beg members. When are you going? He said, you are not even. I said, when? Eventually he left. I saw an opportunity that befits him. And I know he needs it so much. And I called him. To tell you, no issues. Just one call. He picked. My papa, how are you, my son? He's still my son. He doesn't have to be in this church for him to be my son. You know how many years that young man spent with me? He served me with his life and blood. He's still my son. Can you come over to the house? He said, yes. He came. I have an opportunity for you. But I want to know the state of your pastor's heart. I'm aware he's serving under a pastor. And I need him to take permission from his pastor for me to give him this lifetime, life-changing opportunity. I'm not going to say because he left me, I won't give him the opportunity. I don't need the opportunity. And he needs it more than life itself. And I gave it to him. And the first thing he needed to do was going to cost him 120,000. He didn't have the money. I said, don't worry. And I paid for it. He's my son. He may be serving under another pastor. Stay positive at all times. Don't be an angry person. Don't be a bitter person. Don't be vengeful. Don't use your position and opportunity to oppress people who are under you or beneath you. Stay positive at all times. That's how you strengthen your resolve. Strengthen your resolve. There's a young lady that grew up in my house. Took her in when she was 8. 12 years ago, she's 20 now. The family kept saying all kinds of stuff. And she had to leave my house to go back to the family. And I told them, her education is still my responsibility. As she goes back to you, please, her education is my responsibility. I'll pay every dime. You don't have to do that. It was a vow I took when I picked her when she was 8. Don't have feelings. Stay positive. Because when you stay positive, negativity will not find its way into your mind. And as long as your mind is not negative, you keep producing good stuff. Good attitude, good character, good conversation, good ideas will come out of you. Stay positive at all times. I see you winning already. Come on now. I see you winning already. Strengthen your resolve. And then you'll be able to break out. And you'll be able to take advantage of the adversities. I can't wait for Sunday, next week Sunday, to round up this theme on enlarging. You are enlarging already. Come on now. I say you're enlarging already. Rise up on your feet.